Welcome to our channel, my fellow darkness devotees, where the shadows whisper and the unknown beckons. I'm your host, Sam, and tonight we're diving deep into the unsettling world of haunted water towers. These towering structures, often shrouded in darkness and mystery, hold secrets far more sinister than just the water they contain. From ghostly whispers echoing in the dead of night to blood-chilling apparitions that leave you breathless, we'll explore the legends and the lore that have sent shivers down spines for generations. So lock your doors, turn off the lights, and prepare to be captivated by these spine-tingling accounts. Our journey into the eerie world of haunted water towers begins in a desolate, forgotten corner of the world, a town swallowed by time and shrouded in an unsettling silence. Here, standing sentinel over the crumbling remnants of what once was, is the Whispering Tower. Now, you might think a tower whispering secrets sounds poetic, even romantic, but trust me, there's nothing romantic about the chilling murmurs emanating from this steel and rust behemoth. Locals, those who haven't yet fled the encroaching unease, say the tower whispers. Not constantly, mind you, but when the wind is just right, carrying with it the weight of countless unseen eyes, you can hear it. A low, guttural murmur, like a chorus of tortured souls trapped within its rusted walls. Some say these whispers are the final, desperate pleas of those who met their end near the tower, their souls forever bound to the structure that witnessed their demise. Imagine, if you will, walking along the desolate road that skirts the edge of this forsaken town. The sun, a dying ember in the sky, casts long, grotesque shadows that dance and writhe with the coming night. The wind picks up, whistling through the skeletal trees that claw at the twilight, and then you hear it. A faint whisper, carried on the breeze, barely audible at first, but growing steadily louder. It seems to circle you, the whispers swirling around you, growing closer, more insistent. A cold dread grips your heart, your breath catching in your throat as you strain to make out the words, to decipher the chilling messages carried on the wind. But the language of the dead is not meant for the living, and the whispers remain just out of reach, a maddening chorus of sorrow and despair. Some, braver souls than you or I, claim to have gotten close enough to make out a few chilling phrases. They speak of seeing shadowy figures circling the base of the tower, their forms shifting and swirling in the moonlight, their eyes burning with a cold, otherworldly light. These figures, they say, are the source of the whispers, the restless spirits forever bound to the tower. Their voices a chilling reminder of the darkness that lingers in this forgotten corner of the world. They say the tower feeds on the fear of those who dare to approach, its whispers growing louder, more insistent with each terrified heartbeat. And they say that once you've heard the whispers, truly heard them, you'll never escape their chilling embrace. Our next tale takes us from the whispers of the forgotten to a place where tragedy stains the very metal of the tower itself, a place known only as the Blood-Stained Tower. Now, unlike the Whispering Tower, shrouded in mystery and local lore, this tower's darkness is born from a very real, very human tragedy, a darkness that refuses to fade with time. They say that during the tower's construction, a freak accident sent a group of workers plummeting to their deaths, their blood splattering the freshly painted metal, a gruesome stain that no amount of cleaning could erase. Now, whether this is true or just a morbid embellishment whispered by those who claim to know is up for debate. But what cannot be denied is the palpable sense of dread that hangs over the tower, a suffocating aura of despair that clings to you like a shroud. Locals will tell you that the tower weeps on the anniversary of the accident, the crimson stains on its side appearing to run like fresh blood. Some even claim to have witnessed the event firsthand, describing the metallic tang of blood filling the air, the horrifying sight of the tower seemingly bleeding before their very eyes. Is it a trick of the light, a cruel manifestation of collective guilt, or something far more sinister, a manifestation of the tragic events that unfolded on that fateful day? The Blood-Stained Tower is not a place for the faint of heart. Those who dare approach often speak of feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, a feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. The air grows heavy, the temperature dropping as if a cold hand has gripped your heart. Some even report hearing the faint echoes of screams, the desperate cries of the fallen workers forever etched into the very fabric of the tower. Imagine, if you will, the sun setting on the anniversary of the accident. The sky bleeds into a canvas of crimson and orange, casting long, grotesque shadows across the landscape. You find yourself drawn to the tower, a morbid curiosity pulling you closer. As you approach, the air grows thick with the metallic scent of blood, sending a shiver down your spine. You reach out to touch the cold, rusted metal, and as your fingers graze the surface, you feel a searing pain shoot up your arm. You recoil in horror, staring at your hand, expecting to see blood. But there's nothing there, only the lingering sensation of unimaginable pain and the chilling realization that you've just touched something truly evil. The ground beneath your feet seems to shift, the tower looming over you like a malevolent giant. You turn to flee, but something holds you in its grasp. You're frozen in place, your heart pounding against your ribs, your breath catching in your throat. And then you hear them, the screams. Chapter 3. The Phantom's Tower. In the heart of a valley veiled in mist and sorrow stands our final destination, a beacon of despair known as the Phantom's Tower. This skeletal structure, its paint peeled and faded, holds a different kind of horror, a haunting sadness that permeates the very air you breathe. They say the tower is haunted by the spirit of a young girl who met a tragic end in the waters below. Whether she fell, was pushed, or took her own life is a detail lost to time, but her presence, they say, is undeniable. Locals whisper tales of seeing a solitary figure at the top of the tower, a young girl with long, flowing hair and a white dress that billows in the wind. Some say she's searching for something, her spectral gaze scanning the horizon as if searching for a face in the crowd, a glimmer of recognition in a sea of forgetfulness. Others claim she's a warning, a harbinger of doom, her appearance a sure sign that tragedy is about to strike. Imagine, if you will, a moonless night. The only light comes from the stars overhead, their faint glow barely penetrating the thick fog that clings to the ground. You're drawn to the tower, an invisible force pulling you toward its skeletal frame. As you approach, you notice a faint light emanating from the top of the tower. Curiosity piqued, you cautiously make your way up the rusted metal stairs, each step creeping under your weight. The air grows colder as you ascend, a bone-chilling cold that seeps into your bones. You reach the top and cautiously peer over the edge. There, standing on the narrow platform, bathed in an ethereal glow, is the figure of a young girl. She's facing away from you, her long black hair cascading down her back like a silken waterfall. She's humming softly to herself, a mournful melody that sends chills down your spine. You clear your throat, the sound echoing through the stillness, but the girl doesn't turn. "Hello," you call out, your voice trembling slightly. The girl continues humming, her voice growing louder, more insistent. You take a step closer, reaching out to touch her shoulder, but your hand passes right through her, a jolt of icy energy coursing through your arm. The girl stops humming and slowly turns to face you. Her face is pale, her eyes hollow sockets devoid of life. She opens her mouth as if to speak, but no sound emerges. There you have it, my fellow night owls. 3 terrifying tales of haunted water towers, each more unsettling than the last. Their rusted frames, often standing as silent witnesses to tragedy, misfortune, or just the slow, relentless march of time, hold a certain chilling allure, wouldn't you agree? If you found yourself captivated by these tales of the macabre, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into the darkest corners of our world. Until next time, keep your lights on, your doors locked, and remember, sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones we create in our own minds. Sleep tight, if you can.